Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am so excited that you decided to join me here today because we are going to be starting a legacy challenge. I have done these before in some capacity on the channel. I almost never follow through, and I'm not going to make any promises that this is going to be different. But we're going to try. And I was on Tumblr a lot. I spent a lot of my time on Tumblr looking for challenges and custom content and mods, and I came across the Just Desserts Legacy Challenge. This challenge was created by Clumsy Romantic on Tumblr. They were previously known as Strawberry Sim or Strawberry Sim YT over on Tumblr, but they revamped a challenge that they had created. Now, this was updated in March of this year, and it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. Every single generation has some kind of food associated with it. And let me just say that the foods alone sound really appealing. This is a 10-generation legacy challenge that revolves around desserts and colors that you can base your Sims on. Now, you can use cheats or anything that you would like. For example, you could start with 0 simoleons if you wanted to make it super challenging. You can go with any traits, aspirations that you think could be applicable to that generation as well. So for example, in the very first generation, which is the blueberry pie generation, it's just so cute, you could, instead of putting your Sim in the culinary chef branch, you could go ahead and open a restaurant, or with the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, perhaps you just run a stall as your business instead. So you could kind of trade things out if you would like, but I decided that at least for the first generation, I would stick with what was outlined. So I will give you a rundown, and then we are going to meet our legacy founder. Generation 1, blueberry pie. You do not live a perfect white picket fence life. Your parents don't approve of your significant other, so you run away with them as a teen. With your dream of one day opening up your own restaurant, you work a part-time job. As a young adult, your significant other takes all your money and leaves you. You find comfort in your best friend, who you end up dating. But why can't you stop thinking about your ex? The traits for our legacy founder are foodie, perfectionist, and ambitious. Their aspiration is the master chef aspiration. Skills include cooking and gourmet cooking, though I'm also going to add baking just to kind of expand my horizons a little bit with this first generation. The color is blue, and then the career is culinary chef, which I'm going to stick with for right now, but I think we're going to tie in some Home Chef Hustle stand business type stuff as well. Here is the breakdown of what you need to accomplish for this very first generation as well. You have to complete the Master Chef aspiration, open a restaurant, and have at least 3 stars. That's going to be a big challenge. I have tried to run a restaurant in The Sims 4 before, and getting that star ranking up, in my opinion, is really difficult. So that's going to be the real challenge here. You have to max out the cooking and gourmet cooking skills. I'm not going to add any requirement for the baking skill. I'm just going to allow my Sim to explore that skill to their heart's desire. You also have to date your best friend and secretly be friends with your ex. And the big question here is, do you stay with your significant other or do you leave them for your ex? This is our legacy founder, Madeline Baker, and I cannot wait to show you the relationship panel to really dive into some of this backstory that I don't want to say created for her because the challenge does, of course, outline this, but I had a lot of fun creating a legacy founder that had a solid background, because I don't typically do that for a legacy challenge. Now, I will show you all of her outfits. She has a handful of everyday outfits. I think this one, though, her primary one with the little blueberries and a heart, was perfect for the very first gen of blueberry pie. We also have everything kind of on brand with being blue. Not maybe every single outfit, but there's a lot of blue in her wardrobe as well as in her house, which I can't wait to show you too. But she has 4 everyday outfits, and this last one is specifically for whenever she is running her own business, whether that be the restaurant when we get to that point, or if I end up doing the stall kind of business thing with Home Chef Hustle. Also, be mindful that I am using a lot of custom content. I say a lot just because I cannot track down every single bit that I used in creating her, but I have a lot of custom content, clothes as well as hairs. Her default hair is custom content. I believe I have custom content, makeup, there's skin details. A lot of things are very, very, they would be very difficult for me to find. Some things are reblogged on my CC Finds Tumblr, so feel free to peruse that to your heart's desire and see if you can find anything here. But I think she's adorable. I absolutely love her. So let's go ahead and hop into game, check out where she lives, and then check out the complicated relationships that she has going on. As you all saw in the beginning of the video, we actually live in this building here. Now, this was built by Ratboy Sims on the gallery. This is the Ragdoll refurbished apartments. So I believe it's just a residential lot when you download it from the gallery. But as you can see, there are 4 separate apartments here that you can designate if you turn it into a residential rental. Also, that man right there is actually a very important part of our story, but we'll leave him be for now. Now, here is Madeline. She is upstairs in the living space of her little 1-bedroom apartment. So these are they're very skinny, these apartments. So this is her bedroom. It's very plainly decorated. As you can see, a lot of blues, which I really, really like. And then we've got the bathroom down here, as well as the kitchen and dining right when you walk in. A lot of blue. It's everywhere. And I tried so hard. I played one day with her just to kind of get into things, start at the beginning of the day. I tried so hard not to have her increase any skills because what I think I want to do, there's no rule here. And I typically play with aging off because I feel like with a challenge, you need to have kind of a time restraint. Otherwise, it's not much of a challenge. Do you know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go into the game options here, and I think we're going to turn on long lifespan. I think that's what we're going to do. I think well, if we do that though, I think I want to auto-age everybody just to kind of keep things going, you know? Oh, I'm going to apply those changes. We'll see how I feel about that afterwards, but let's take a quick peek at Madeline's relationship panel really, really quick. I'm going to try to get this so the transparency isn't really an issue. Okay, we don't have a lot of relationships because we have not really kicked things off. But the very first person I'll introduce you to is David Baker. So this is Madeline's dad. He is retired at this point, as is his wife and Madeline's mother, Gloria. They actually live in Copperdale. There's no specific reason. I just decided to put them there because of the whole backstory of your sim running away when they were a teen with their teenage love. I figured they should live elsewhere, but I kind of spread people out a bit, so we can make whatever story we want with that. But he is retired. They have a supportive family dynamic and they are good friends. She's pretty close with her dad and very much enjoys spending time with him. Now, mom, on the other hand, Gloria, she does not have she has an okay relationship with Madeline. They are good friends technically, but they have a difficult family dynamic. They simply don't get along like most other family members, so they'll usually lean towards complaints or even mean interactions with one another, and they may be more likely to form furious sentiments towards each other. Now, I think for the purposes of storytelling, this is lingering due to Madeline having run away with that teen love of hers that her parents really did not like. If we were to go into Gloria and David's household and look at their relationships, they would have a significantly negative relationship with a particular sim. Here he is, our ex. This is Andre Bane, and yes, I know this isn't how you would spell it, but I thought it was funny because he is the bane of my existence. I thought it was funny. It's not how you spell it, but this is Andre Bane. Now, he hates children, is non-committal, and a foodie. And considering that Madeline is a very happy-go-lucky sim, and I think she wants a family of her own one day as well, Andre was a very interesting pick. But you know, teen love, you're not really thinking about the future all that much. And I think what they really did bond over back then was the fact that they both very much enjoyed cooking. They're both foodies. They're very much into the same thing. So they had some shared interests, which allowed them to kind of stay tethered to one another for so long. Now, they have a bad romance, bad compatibility. They are broken up. And you know what? Just the cherry on top, she only thinks he's basic looking. Now, unfortunately, I did cheat and I had them have some bad sentiments, such as like broken up, hurt, guilty over cheating, because that is what happened. He cheated. He cheated on her, and that's when she finally saw the light and she was like, you know what? Why am I still doing this? Why am I still with this man? He disrupted my relationship with my family. I ran away from them, and then he cheated on me, and I deserve better. Now look, I might have a bias because I know at the end of this generation, there is this whole, who are you going to choose to be with? Are you going to go back to your ex? Or are you going to stay with your best friend? I'm partial to Luca. I have a bias here, okay? Now, Luca is Madeline's best friend. I feel like they have been friends since they were little kids, or maybe they met in like high school and just stayed in touch for a really long time, to the point that she ended up moving to Brindleton Bay here to be closer to Luca because he was basically the only friend she had left, because Andre now lives in San Myshuno. He does not live here. Or maybe, perhaps that's where Madeline and Andre first went. They like ran to the city, and then she ended up coming to Brindleton Bay, taking up a vacancy right next door to Luca because he is our neighbor, as you can see, our multi-unit neighbor. And they just, and I mean just, began dating. They had one date, they're officially a couple, but their romance bar is not super high yet. They're not absolutely infatuated with one another. They're just little lovebirds, curious hearts. It's shaping up to be a beautiful romance. But what's also interesting is that they have bad compatibility based on their preferences. Now, they don't really have any defined preferences, so I'm not quite sure how that compatibility is being determined at the moment. But they are together. I might make some adjustments with Wicked Whims to kind of tweak that attractiveness as well, just because if she perceives everyone as basic looking, what are her actual preferences, you know? But Luca is also a foodie. He's cheerful. He's good. He's a good person, and he cares a lot about Madeline. And man, he is so happy, not only that he's with her at this point, but that she ditched that guy, Andre. Luca, if we were to look at his relationship panel, despises Andre. And I mean, quite literally, it says he despises him. He really, really dislikes that man. And David and Gloria, Madeline's parents, also really, really detest him. They do not like him at all. But as we saw with our Gen breakdown, we actually have, we're not friends. I do have to make them friends, actually. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to run it at like, I'm going to go with 40. I don't know the exact number to make them friends. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it has to be like 50. Maybe that's friends, or maybe it won't even pop up. You know, I don't know. We can leave it at 50. They are friends. They have to be good enough friends that they still see each other, but not romantically. Oh, the drama's already making me nervous. Since we are officially playing with Aging On, we need to get a head start on our skill building. So since our girl is hungry and it's very early in the morning, I have her making some breakfast to try to get that cooking skill up, and we're gonna jump right in and get her into the career that she needs to be in. So we're gonna get into the culinary career. Done. That was easy. Her pan also disappeared. There it is. Excellent. Also, I love this little jumpsuit from the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack. Pardon me. It's not a kit. It's a stuff pack. Oh, no. You're kidding. Where is it? No. Why? Stop cooking. You gotta put this out. You're kidding me. No. Singed from previously being on fire. Covered head to toe in soot. Better wash this stuff. At least she's feeling happy about having been saved by the firefighters. I suppose we're gonna try this again. I'm really scared to try this again now. I didn't think it was gonna be so easy to set things on fire. It doesn't normally happen. Maybe she should have just made fruit salad until her cooking skill was up. But you know what? We're committed at this point. We're going to make our eggs and toast, and we're going to enjoy it. And we're going to try to just press the reset button on this morning. Okay? That's what we're going to try to do. Oh, she did it. I'm so proud of you. Oh, wait. We're not done. Okay. All right. I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating. That she had nowhere to go. She caught on fire immediately. I was so scared. I was like, well, really happy that we started a new legacy challenge. Our founder just died. Congrats. Challenge over. Surprisingly, she made an excellent dish. And that was actually a whim that she had that I had pinned when I first started up the game. So she got some points for that. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. In the meantime here, what I'm going to do... Oh, never mind. Mom just came over to say hello. She came all the way from Copperdale, and you know what? We're just gonna go and say hi, which I think is interesting that Mom came over and not Dad, because they don't have the best dynamic Do you know what I mean? They don't. It's not the best. So we're actually going to complain. Yeah, we're going to complain about, I'm going to say dish preparation. But what I'm really thinking is like, oh my gosh, Mom, like I had a fire this morning. Can you believe that? Mom just got here and she's literally complaining right now. She's already complaining and she's very angry. She's in a terrible mood. I think she was worried about the fire. She's like, how can you be so careless? You're not that good of a cook to begin with. Why wouldn't you have taken more precautions or something like that? And she just left. If that isn't the dynamic that I established with Madeline and her mom, I don't know what is. And Bob Pancakes is at the door. I think I'm good. This has absolutely nothing to do with Madeline's mom having just showed up. But look, do you see? I've never seen this before in my life in Brindleton Bay. Look at this. So Mila Munch is down here at the pier scolding this stray cat named Zoe, who somehow got up on top of all of these crates down by the docks. I can't cope with it. This defiant cat is like, piss off, lady. Sir, we just got our table and then he just stood right the heck up and just started kissing on Maddie. Look at them having this nice long little kiss dance passionate moment in the middle of the lobster pound. I genuinely didn't do this. I don't have control of him right now and she didn't initiate it. So I'm just kind of wondering why it autonomously happened, but I'm really not complaining. I just didn't realize they liked PDA so much, you know? Also, they should probably order their food instead of just making out. But, you know, that's fine. Our little foodies got their food. They each got a glass of red nectar, a red nectar blend, actually, if you will. And she got the herb-crusted salmon, and he got the lobster tortellini. Very, very exquisite palate for these two foodies. It brings me a lot of joy because I know that food is what they're really into. And I just love, like, down by the docks here, I just absolutely love it. I'm going to take a screenshot in a second, but just, it's so beautiful. And I wish, like, even though I love this being a lot that we can build on, because it's absolutely amazing, I wish that these could be assigned as tables for the restaurant because I would 100% have my Sims have their food down here. Even though I also just really like the fact, jeez, my God, that almost made me sick. Even though I really like the fact that this is, of course, accessible. It's really, really nice. And look, a seagull on the buoys over there. But I'm gonna take a little screen here because you know me. I just love my screenshots. I really do. I love the lighting. I just love their animated, well, he's very animated. She looks fine, but you know, they're talking about their interests. They were actually just discussing, they're having a deep conversation, but they were just discussing like their favorite dishes and fine cuisine and stuff. It's just, I don't know why. I like food. I'm not going to say I love food. I like food. I'm not super into food, so I couldn't, you know, discuss the flavor profiles or anything like that, or even certain recipes. I haven't been that exposed to, just different recipes and different cultures and how their food are prepared, how their food is prepared, or any cultural recipes, like stuff like that. I know very little, but I love the idea of knowing a lot about food. I don't know what it is, but if there are any, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like cultural recipes that you love or family recipes that you absolutely adore that you wish you could have more of, or something that you have all the time when you like go see your parents or something. Let me know in the comments down below because I'm very curious. One of my favorite things, and I didn't realize that this was something, oh, we're gonna congratulate on quote unquote new job even though it's not new. One of the things I didn't realize that this wasn't, let's say, American. I don't know if that's really fair because food in America itself is such a melting pot, right? Because we just have so much, we have so many people here from so many different places all around the world. Anyway, there's also regional things, right? But Yorkshire pudding, one of my favorite things, I always forget it's one of my favorite things, which is super embarrassing. But my mom made it a couple of times that I can recall when I was younger. I loved it. I didn't realize that that was like a UK thing. I had no idea until, let's say a decade ago. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. I'm like 32. Okay, let me just think about it. Yeah. I didn't know that until recently enough that it's embarrassing. That's what I can say. Luca brought her down here after they finished their food, and I think he's going to give her a little dance. Yeah, he's going to give her a little dance. What a nice romantic evening for this new couple. Again, they're getting used to romance with one another. Oh, how... No, I might die of cuteness. That's so cute. How sweet. It is her first day of work in about 8 seconds. I was going to say 8 minutes, but we all know in Sims, it's actually just seconds. So I think this is pretty much where we're going to wrap up this episode. She is feeling so flirty too, by the way, because her and Luca had a wonderful little, we could even call it like a second date, even though we technically didn't get to see the first one and they're already a couple. But you know, things are different when you've been friends forever and then you just kind of start seeing each other. Things could be a little backwards. So that was kind of their second date, and it was beautiful and lovely, and they had great meals at the Lobster Pound. But since she's about to go to work, we'll wrap it up. I hope you all enjoyed this. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video. Bye. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrong.